Hello friends, welcome back to my channels. So today we are going to learn about various types of memories, that is RAM, ROM, and then auxiliary memory. Then we are saying about associative memory. Okay. So first we will see what is memory in a computer system. Okay. So a main memory refers to a physical memory which resides inside a computer. Okay. So we are saying as a RAM, that is random access memory. It is a temporary memory or maybe a volatile memory. Okay. So we also know that another memory called ROM, that is read only memory. Okay. So first we will see about what does what it does inside a computer. Okay. What is the usage of main memory inside a computer? So we know that within a CPU we have a processor, then RAM, then we about hard drive, then say about floppy disk, optical disk. We will see what it does. Okay, how it works on a computer. Okay, what is the main usage of main memory? Okay, this main memory manipulates a data when a computer program executes. Okay, whenever we are executing a program or maybe a file, copying from one device to another device, this memory this main memory helps to transfer data as much as faster. Okay, so the amount of main memory on a computer is crucial because it determines how many programs can be executed at one at a time and how much data can be readily available for a program. Okay, so we know that we can execute more than one programs. Okay, whenever we are switching a computer, many programs uh, are run simultaneously. Okay, so we don't know which program is executing on a background. Okay, so often, so for example, you just take that a computer often have little main memory to hold all the data they need. Computer engineers, so computer engineers invented a technique called swapping. Okay, in which portion of data are copied from main memory as they are needed. Okay, so whenever we are executing a program, for example, if you are opening a Word document, this Word document will temporarily reside from a secondary storage to a primary storage. Okay, so we are taking the main application program from the hard drive to a main memory. Okay, so we know that all the programs, you just take Windows 7, Windows 10, or maybe Windows XP, all application programs are stored on a hard drive, that is secondary storage. We know that a secondary storage is slower when compared to your primary memory because it consists of a read and write head. Okay, so a main memory consists of a chip. Okay, so it consists of a transistor as well as say about the transistor. Then we are seeing as a capacitor, so which refreshes each and every time whenever we are booting a program or running a program. uh, this memory helps as much as faster, uh, since our CPU is more faster when compared to our secondary storage. That is why we are using a RAM, that is a random access memory. Okay, so most of the PCs comes with a minimum of 2 GB to 4 GB of main memory. Okay, so you can usually increase the amount of memory by inserting extra memory in the form of chips. So this is an example of ROM chip, that is a read only memory. Okay, so every computer come with a certain amount of physical memory, usually referred to as main memory or RAM. You can think of main memory as an array of boxes. Okay, so each of which can hold a single byte of information. Okay, it consists of a array of boxes, that is number of boxes. Each boxes can hold a single megabyte of there is a single byte of information or a single character of information which holds the temporary storage. Okay, a computer that has a 1 megabyte of memory therefore can hold a 1 million bytes of characters of information. For example, we can think that a main memory is a consist of array of boxes, that is number of boxes, which holds one box holds a 1 byte or character of information. For example, if we have a 1 MB of RAM, that is 1 megabyte of RAM, therefore it can hold a 1 million bytes or characters of a information. I hope you understand, students, right? Okay, there are several types of memories. That is, first we will see about what is RAM, that is random access memory. Okay, this is the main memory. Whenever we are uh, switch on your computer, all the data from the secondary storage to the all the data from secondary storage which will retrieve and store on the primary to execute more faster. Okay, so RAM refers to a read only memory or read and write memory. Okay, so RAM consists of two types. One is static RAM, another one is dynamic RAM. This static RAM consists of transistors, okay, and whereas this dynamic RAM consists of both transistors and a capacitors, okay. This static RAM is more faster when compared to dynamic RAM. This static RAM uh, are more expensive when compared to dynamic RAM. This requires a transistor, okay, for to store to read or write data. Okay, so the word static indicates the memory retains the content as long as power is applied. Okay, so when the power is lost, data is also lost in RAM. Okay, so data will be stored on the RAM up to when the power is continuously supplied. Okay, when the power is down, automatically your data is going to be lost. Okay, so right. Mm, this is an example of RAM. These are all the various types of RAM. This is the EDO RAM, enhanced data output. This is a laptop RAM. These are all also a various kinds of RAMs. We have various kinds of RAM, that is EDO RAM, enhanced data output RAM, then static RAM, then dynamic RAM. Nowadays we are using a DDR2 RAM, that is a DDR2, DDR3, and DDR4. These are the various technologies we are using. What is the basic concept? Okay, only we are using a dynamic RAM nowadays. That is, since this RAM is less expensive when compared to static RAM. Okay, so because this dynamic RAM requires data to refresh each and every time. Okay, so let us see the dynamic RAM refresh in order to maintain the data. Here, see here, the dynamic RAM, unlike SRAM, must be continuously refreshed in order to maintain the data. This is done by placing the memory on a refresh circuit. Okay, whenever we are going to copy a data from hard drive to main memory, this requires a refresh each and every time it refreshes its cycles to rewrite the several hundreds of data. Okay, DRAM is oftenly we are using because it is cheap and small. Okay, all DRAM is made up of memory cells. Okay, it consists of it also consists of array of cells. Okay, right. Some of the DRAM, some of the ROM. Now next we will see about ROM, read only memory. These are all the ROM chip. So as I already uh, show you, this is the ROM chip, read only memory chip. It is also a PROM chip, that is programmable read only memory. I will show you what are all these things. Okay, so read only memory is also called as the startup RAM or maybe a firmware. Okay, so a read only nowadays computers almost always contain a small amount of read-only memory that holds instruction for starting up the computer. Okay, whenever we are switching on a computer, this read-only memory helps to run a startup program like checking of memory, checking of hard drive, checking of processor. This read-only memory helps to switch on your computer, that is start up your computer, that is uh, cold starting. Okay, cold start up your computer, right? Okay, then next we have a prom, programmable read only memory. Okay, a prom is a memory chip on which you can store a program, but once the program, that is once the prom has been used, you cannot wipe it, clean it, and use it to store something else like ROM, prom or non-volatile. Okay, this ROM we can easily rewrite. Okay, whereas this prom we cannot rewrite as ROM. Okay, for example, you just take washing machine. In your washing machine there is a small chip. Okay, so it also contains a motherboard. So we can design in such a way that you just take fully automatic washing machine. In a fully automatic washing machine, it contains a motherboard. So in motherboard we are writing a small program, that is programmable read only memory. We are defining a washing machine to in such a way that it can uh, spin the drum in a clockwise fashion within the given time. For example, 5 seconds the drum will spin in a clockwise direction, and after 5 seconds the drum will spin in anti-clockwise direction. Another example, another example, another examples are another examples. You just take your television, smart TV. Okay, in television you can increase the volume button or decrease the volume button. It is also a prom, that is programmable read only memory, right? Okay, next we will see about EEPROM. So this ROM we can erasable with the help of ultraviolet light. Okay, by exposing into a ultraviolet light. This EEPROM, that is electrical erasable programmable read only memory, we can rewrite the program with the help of electrical signals, right? Okay, some of the characteristics of main memory are, these are semiconductor memories. It is known as main memory, usually volatile memory. Data is lost in case of power is switch off. It is the working memory of your computer, faster than secondary memories, right? We know that this is a faster memory when compared to your secondary storage. Then a computer cannot run without a primary memory, since a CPU requires more faster to accessing your data. Okay, right. Next we will see about auxiliary memory. So as we know that auxiliary memory are floppy disk, optical disk, or maybe a hard drive. These are all the non-volatile memory when even when the power is lost, even when the power is cut off. Okay, so auxiliary memory is larger in size than primary memory, but slower in read and write. Okay, but slower in read and write, right? It is normally stored the system program, instruction, and data files, also known as secondary storage. As we know that we are storing all the operating system applications are stored in a secondary storage. Okay. Some of the characteristics of auxiliary memory are non-volatile memory. It is also a reusable and reliable and convenience and capacity. Okay. So as we know that non-volatile memory, even when the data is not lost, when the power is cut off. Okay, reusable, so many times we can reuse our data on a permanent basis until it is not overwritten or deleted by the user, right? Okay, reliable. Data in the secondary storage is safe because of high physical stability of secondary storage devices. Okay, right. So capacity of the secondary storage are large in volumes of data in sets of multiple disks. Nowadays, our hard disk can contain up to a 4 terabytes of data. 4 terabyte means 4,000 gigabytes. Okay, 4000 gigabytes we can we can store our data set. Okay, right. Nowadays new technologies of auxiliary memory are SSD, that is solid state drive. Okay, it does not require a memory disk or maybe a platter, since it is a contains a NAND technology, 3D NAND technology. Okay, right. So these are all the examples of auxiliary devices, right? Floppy disk, hard drive, CD-ROM, tape, backup drives, and zip drives are the best examples of auxiliary devices. Okay. So next we will see about associative memory. So this associative memory is somewhat different when compared to a primary memory and a secondary memory. So instead of uh, retrieving data with the help of addresses, rather than it specify the content addressable memory. Okay, for example, so we are not a human brain. You just take our human brain. In a human brain we are not storing data in a addressable manner. Okay, instead we are storing the data in a content manner. For example, you just take some name or maybe a book. In a book there is a some topic is there, so that topic you are directly storing on your brain without defining the address where the data has to be stored. Okay, so in that manner we are using this associative memory. Okay, so a type of computer memory from which data may be retrieved by matching some part of their content rather than by specifying their address. Hence, this hence it is also called content addressable memory. Okay. So here we are defining the argument registers. Okay. Here we are defining the content of the data. For example, I'm going to store a data with the help of by name, not the exact address. If you take primary memory, if you take primary memory, in a memory we are storing the information along with its address. Okay, but here in associative memory we are not we are storing the data in a content manner. Okay, not by its address. I hope you understand, students. Okay, so this argument register helps to store the data of content memory. Okay, here we are defining the key registers. Okay, here we are defining the key registers helps to search the data on a memory. Okay, in this associative memory. Okay, it is a special type of memory that is optimized for performing searches through data as opposed to providing a simple direct access to the database on the addresses. Associative memory of conventional semiconductor memory, usually RAM, with added comparison circuit that enables a search operation to complete in a single clock cycle. Okay, it is a hardware search engine, a special type of computer memory used in certain very high searching applications. So this associative memory is mainly used to search the data on an applications. Okay, so this argument register is the content of your data, and this key registers is the key item of your actual data. And here we are using a content addressable memory to store the data. Okay, so here we are defining the various types of inputs, here containing the number of array logics. Okay, with grid lines. Okay, number of grid lines, several inputs and several outputs. Okay, number of data can be stored on this associative memory. Okay, this uh, memory helps to read and write data. Here is the match register. This match register helps to search the data in a corresponding horizontal and vertical key registers. Okay, so right. So some of the applications of the associative memory are It can be only used in memory allocation format. It is widely used in database management systems. Okay, so this associative memory is mainly uh, helps to in searching of high volume of data. Okay, right. Some of the advantages of associative memory are: it is used where search time needs to be less or short. It is also used for parallel searches. It is often used to speed up the databases. It is used in page tables, used for virtual memory, and used in neural networks, right? So some of the disadvantages of associative memory are: it is more expensive when compared to your RAM. Okay, that is random access memory. Each cell must have storage capacity and logical circuits for matching its content with external arguments. Okay, since RAM is more faster, but the associative memory is more expensive when compared to your RAM. Right? I hope you understand, students. If you have any doubt or query, please contact me, or mm, if you have any doubt, you just call through my WhatsApp number or comment on my YouTube. Thank you, students.